Welcome to another episode of 3 Perfect Holes with Mashie. I am Mashie. I am a course designer for GSPro, and here's a chance for me to talk about take a course in GSPro and do 3 of my favorite holes from this course. So without further ado, let's look at today. Bear Dance. Bear Dance is one of my favorite courses as well, kind of right behind Sanctuary. It is just south of Denver in Colorado. And as you can see, plays at about 6,800 feet of altitude. So that's going to give you some extra boost off of your shots. And there's a fair amount of elevation from tee to green on this course, long course too, from the very back tees, 7,600 yards. So even at altitude and elevation, it's a long course. But it's a ton of fun. It's a beautiful course. And with that, let's just jump in and talk about my 3 favorite holes. Now, I have been lucky enough to play this course in real life. And so my first of the 3 favorite holes is going to be hole number 6. This is the signature hole at Bear Dance. And you'll see why in just a moment why it's a signature hole. You've got mountains off in the background. You got an elevated tee down to a green. It's a par 4. And relatively short par 4, 342 yards down there. And the reason why this is one of my favorite holes is there's multiple ways to play this par 4. So one way, as we kind of cruise our way down the fairway here through the course, is the bears. So had to put some bears out on the course. If you haven't seen them before, there are your bears. But the primary way to play this is probably a hybrid or a long iron, a 5-iron. And you can put it down in this landing area right down in here. It's roughly down to this landing area about, it says 360, but you're playing down elevation a whole bunch. So it's probably closer to, it's about 250 down here with some rollout. As you can see, it's downhill the whole way, so you get rollout from the fairway. So from the back tees is, probably a 4 or 5 hybrid. From the more forward tees, a good 5-iron will put you right down there, and it will leave you about 70 or 80 yards to a very severe 2-tiered green. Now you can see the paw-shaped bunker. All the bunkers make up the paw, which is why it's a signature hole. And you can see from here, this 2-tiered green, there is a pin up here, there's a pin over here, there's a pin down here. If you land short, you've got a really steep up. Everything slopes from the back to the front, false front here. The reason why this is one of my favorite holes is because if I go back up and we look at this from the back tees again, is because from here, you can take a driver, 342, downhill 13 yards, so it's going to play about 330 at elevation, probably closer to 320. Long hitters or even medium hitters, if you're playing forward a tee, all of that comes off by about 50 yards. You can go for this in 1. And you can be sitting even in these bunkers are not a bad shot, but in this area here, on the backside here, or even on the green in 1 on a par 4, give yourself an awesome little eagle putt on this hole. So number 6, my first favorite hole at Bear Dance. The next hole that I just love is one of the best holes on here, in my opinion, is going to be hole 14. Another par 4. Ironic thing about this is all of my 3 favorite holes are par 4s, and you'll see why in a second. Another big downhill, as you can see, it's about from the back tee. It's 413 yards, but it's also downhill 30 yards. And so the first way to play this is going to be multiple ways to play this hole. Play this here, 240, 250 out here. It's not even a driver with the downhill elevation changes. You put it down here, it's down 20 yards, so 230 down 20. So you're playing more like a 210 shot, 200 shot, and you'll leave it right here and leave yourself a relatively longer shot once mid iron in. But the way, and we do this in real life when we get to play this course, the way to play this, or a way to play this, is you come right over these trees and you aim right out here in the middle of the fairway out here. So here you come over these trees with a driver. It's about a 250, 260, 270 carry. But again, you're coming downhill 30 yards. So a 270 carry, you'll carry it about 250, and you will land the ball right down in this area here and leave yourself a 50-yard pitch on a par four. And so we've done this in real life, and you can see looking back up, you either have the mid iron coming in, or you go for it, you carry it through the trees, you land in this area here, and you've got a great little pitch right down to this green. The green is pretty big, but it's also not a ton of undulation on it, so these front pins and the back pin are just fine. So a ton of fun to play this one this way as well. And you can play it this way in GSPro. These are in real life or in GSPro, you can play them both ways. The third hole that I love, it's my favorite third hole, is going to be another par four, and it's going to be hole number 16. And another big downhill, 437 yards, but it's downhill 46 yards. So this thing is not going to play nearly that long. Remember, you're up at almost 7,000 feet of elevation. So as you've seen, this one plays down all the way down to the flag. So again, one way to play this, the safe way to play this, is a 3-wood off the tee. For longer hitters, a 4 hybrid off the tee. You'll leave your shot somewhere here in the middle of this fairway. It's a big wide open fairway, and you'll leave yourself, 100 yards in, 160, 150, 140 yard shot in. So a shorter iron into a green over the water. It's all carry. The long hitters can hit all the way down, and even this creek doesn't come into a ton of play. For the long hitters, the 300-yard hitters can actually hit it off the tee with the elevation, with the downhill, land it on this little, either short in this little area here, or they can carry it and land it here and it bounces up. And again, you've got a little pitch, 20 yards, maybe 30-yard pitch to one of these pin placements on this green, and give yourself another another putt for eagle on another par four. And as you can see from this green, as you look back up the fairway, it is all 100% elevation, tee to green, all the way down. So you got to use the combination of altitude and elevation to your advantage on these courses. And it's a really fun way to play all 3 of these holes, because you can pull the driver out, crank away at it. Even if you're playing forward tees a little bit, still doesn't take it out of play. I would actually encourage you to do it. Leave yourself a short pitch, or even be on the green on a par 4, and give yourself eagle putts on par 4, and there's nothing more fun when we do that. So with all that, those are my 3 favorite courses. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you have any questions, do me a favor, if you would like, and subscribe, that'd be great. I'm doing these little hits pretty frequently. And so please subscribe so you can get notification when I release them. And more importantly, if you have courses you want me to look at in GSPro and choose my 3 favorite holes, let me know. Put them in the comments, or subscribe to the channel. I've got a poll up on the section there. Leave your notice there, and I will take a look and choose my 3 favorite holes of these courses. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.